Hey guys, I wanted to talk a little bit today about kind of what I'm going through right now. So I told you a little bit about high school and some things that kind of happened to me, but I also have stuff going on right now. And for the last 6 years, I've had a lot of trouble with headaches, and it took probably 3 or 4 years before I actually went to the doctor to find out what the heck was going on. So I was diagnosed with stress headaches, and I was given a medicine for it, and it worked for a little while until probably the last year. It really hasn't worked a whole lot, and I've had to really take Excedrin. And I also, in the last couple of years, have developed a lot of leg pain, and my mother suffers from fibromyalgia as well as some other things. So I kind of just assumed that that's what was happening, but the doctor actually doesn't really know what's wrong, so I was kind of put on some medicine for that, and it just kept getting worse, and I'm actually to the point where I can't hardly lean or like lay on my right leg at all without like severe pain and sometimes numbness. A lot of times I'll be sitting just like with my legs just normal, and my right foot will go numb, so that's not good. And then in the last month I've felt really sick for, actually it's probably been more like the last 4 months, but the last month has been really bad, and I've had really awful headaches, and I've had waves of dizziness kind of, and it's not like the room spinning kind of dizziness, it's like I feel like I'm going like this. So it makes me nauseous as well, and then sometimes it makes me shaky, and it's really hard for me to concentrate, and it's just a mess. So I went to the doctor, and she kind of just thought it was blood sugar, and so it wasn't a big deal. And I went back, and what had happened about a week ago was that I had a really horrific migraine. And so it lasted all day and into the evening, and then when it went away, finally, it was replaced with what I thought was going to be another wave of dizziness. And I waited and waited, and it didn't really go away, so I went ahead and went home because I was at my mom's, and it still didn't go away, and it was making me really nauseous, so I went to bed, and then I woke up the next day, and I was still dizzy, and it was still pretty bad, and living on minimum wage, or I make $7.35 an hour, so basically minimum wage. I can't really afford to call off, nor is it really in my my character to call off a lot. So I went ahead and I went into work, and it was horrible. I felt so nauseous, and as I mentioned before, I'm a cake decorator, so I'm like trying to write on people's cakes, and that's not working out. So I did all of my cake orders, and I went down. Somebody had suggested that I go take my blood pressure. So I went down, and I sat down in a little seat and took my blood pressure, and everything was fine. It was all normal. And then I got a Gatorade because somebody was like, oh, it might be your blood sugar, even though I had already eaten. And that wasn't helping. So finally I had to have my boyfriend Jenni come and pick me up from work because I couldn't drive. So then I went back to the doctor. And this was just in the last, Thursday? This was just 2 days ago. I went to the doctor. And she's not really sure what's wrong with my legs, and she's not really sure what's going on with my head. She said, I could diagnose you with just migraines, but I really want to check it out and make sure that there's nothing like, nothing bad in there. So she ordered blood work, which, I hate having my blood taken. I have like 1,000,005 tattoos, but I hate having my blood taken. And so I did that right away. And then she also ordered an MRI of my head and an EKG of my legs. To kind of look at like the nerves and the musculature and all of that fun stuff. So the best part of the story, and the most stressful part of the story, is that I do not have insurance. Well, actually, the irony kind of comes in, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So I don't have insurance. So I'm paying for this out of pocket. Yeah. So I don't know how much the labs were. I didn't even ask. But like my EKG is scheduled for the 21st of this month, and I have to drive out of the town I live in to a bigger city to go have it done, and I have to have $500 on that day. So I have like 3 weeks to scrape together $500, and that's not even the full cost. Like that's only half of it, or around half. And then I scheduled my MRI, and that is for next Tuesday on the 7th, which I'm really nervous about. Like something just about having to be in that tight enclosure just makes me like, I've never had any problems with claustrophobia, but it just seems like it's going to be really scary. But anyways, So I have to have, for the MRI, I have to have $100, and I have to pay $100 for 12 months. So, I mean, I'm sure you can do the math. It's expensive. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I went to my mom's yesterday to talk to her about everything. And I have been waiting. I've worked at Kroger for 1.5 years, and I should qualify for medical insurance. So I've been waiting to hear from them because they're supposed to send you something about it. And so I went to my mom's, and my packet of stuff for my medical insurance was sitting there, and I'm just like, oh my God. How ironic that here I really need medical insurance, and then there it is. But by the time I get it filled out and sent in, it's not going to help me any because I will have already done my MRI and my EKG. So, lucky me. But that's kind of what's going on right now with me. I'm pretty stressed out. Earlier today, I had like a mental breakdown inside of my head because I was trying to do all this stuff and I didn't feel good, and I was just like, I'm sure everybody can relate to that feeling. But I'm definitely feeling better, and I'm in a lot of pain tonight. I have a lot of pain with my legs. I think a lot more than most people really realize with me, because I try not to really say anything about it until it gets too bad, but I'm having a lot of pain tonight. I worked 8.5 hours today, so, you know, whatever. But I just wanted to put a little video up, and I can't see the timer on my camera, so hopefully this isn't too long, but I just kind of wanted to tell you about what's going on with me. And when I go have my MRI and my EKG done, I'm actually going to take a video in the car and kind of, I'm sure, retelling you how nervous I am, but I want everybody who watches these videos to really feel like they personally know me, and, you know, like you're really part of everything I'm going through right now. So, yeah. Hopefully I will be making another video tomorrow or the next day, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about beginning of high school era of my life, and I'm just going to kind of go through some of the things that happened to me, and yeah. So, oh, I almost forgot. I am so excited. If you're watching this on YouTube, you may not know what I'm talking about, but on Tumblr, where I really started my website, I was so ecstatic the last couple days because I started out obviously with no followers. And then every time I go to get on my laptop, my followers has jumped like at least by like 20 people. And I was stoked when I hit 10 followers, and now I'm almost at 200, which I know is still not a lot for lots of people on Tumblr have like thousands of followers. But I am just so excited. So if you're watching this on Tumblr, thank you so very much for following me, and I really, really, really appreciate your support. And on YouTube, I was also excited because my views has jumped up. Obviously not quite as dramatic, but it's still really exciting. So thank you guys for watching, and I really appreciate the fact that you're supporting me, and I love all of you. And I hope that you have a wonderful night.